An inhibitor is a chemical other than the substrate whose presence affects enzyme function. There are three types of inhibitor: the competitive inhibitor, non-competitive inhibitor, and end product inhibitor. A competitive inhibitor is an enzyme that has a similar shape and similar characteristics to the substrate molecule. They go into the substrate and block the active site. Relenza is an example of a competitive inhibitor. It is a synthetic drug designed to treat individuals affected with influenza virus. Virions are released from infected cells when the viral enzyme neuraminidase cleaves a docking protein. Relenza competitively binds to neuraminidase active site and prevents the docking protein from binding to it. Consequently, virions are not released from the infected cells, preventing the spread of influenza. Non-competitive inhibitors bind away from the active site, so it changes shape and the substrate cannot bind. They are irreversible, permanent, and the Vmax is lowered. Cyanide is an example of a non-competitive inhibitor. It binds to the final enzyme in the electron transport chain, which prevents the enzyme from catalyzing the reaction from oxygen to water. This prevents the flow of electrons down the electron transport train, and no ATP can be generated, which results in death, which is why cyanide is considered to be a poison. End product inhibition includes many chain reactions, each step catalyzed by a different enzyme. The product of the last reaction is a non-competitive inhibitor of the first. This means that the pathway is regulated. Many metabolic pathways are chain reactions too. As stated before, the advantages in using end product inhibition for controlling metabolic pathways is tremendous. When there is an excess of end product, the whole metabolic pathway is shut down, as the end product inhibits the first enzyme of the pathway. Therefore, the whole pathway is shut down. When the levels of the end product decrease, the enzymes start to work again, and the metabolic pathway is switched back on.